George couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the lion in the distance. It looked very weird. He looked like he wanted the ranger to help him. George immediately called the local veterinarian, who didn't know what she encountered. She had never seen anything like this before. When the vet saw the ultrasound, she immediately called the police. But what was wrong with the lion? And what did the vet see? Before we start our story, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you won't miss any new stories. When the vet called the police, they told her that they would come her way immediately. This lion needed special help from more than just a vet. This lion needed surgery, as there was obviously something strange going on in its stomach. It might even be a life or death situation. When the police finally arrived, they helped the vet to sedate the now almost lifeless giant lion. But the police did not only help the vet, they also came to the ranger. "Sir, we need you to come with us. It is important." George was shell-shocked. What did he do wrong? George answered questions about himself and the lion. He has been keeping the animal safe as a ranger for multiple years. When he was done with answering all the questions, he heard disbelief from the surgery room. "I can't believe this," said the vet. But what did the vet find inside the lion that he was so incredibly surprised by? For almost a year now, George has been observing the lions in the area as a ranger. He is tasked to keep the animals safe from any harm. It has not been easy recently. Lots of poachers and other shady figures were spotted in the sanctuary. It has been a slow and difficult process for George and the other rangers to keep every animal safe, due to the lack of manpower and the constant danger of the savanna. The combination has been very rough for everyone involved. Their employer keeps putting even more pressure on the rangers, but they can't handle the whole situation. Many outsiders have noticed and taken advantage of this as well, which makes everything even more dangerous. When George went for his usual route one day, he ended up seeing something enormous in the distance. At first, he thought he was just overworked and seeing things, but when he came closer, his mouth fell open. How could this be? What George saw scared him a lot. He even jumped back a little. He did not want to approach the lion at first because he didn't know how it would react. George immediately had to urge to help the animal. There was definitely something very wrong. It was the biggest lion George had ever seen. He recognized this lion as well. It was the alpha male of the local lion pack. But the lion did not seem to be his proud self. His belly was completely swollen. It looked like it needed help from George. George started to approach the lion. He was scared a bit, but his love for animals was stronger. He had to figure out what was going on. He couldn't let the lion just go like that. He decided to call for more backup from other rangers. When George talked to his superior, there was no question about it. Action had to be taken immediately. They had to save the animal from whatever was causing its belly to swell. George definitely had to act fast. With more rangers quickly arriving, George started to slowly approach the lion. Lions are proud animals, so he had no idea how it would react to George. Then it turned to George. George's heart sank for a minute. Was the lion going to attack him? "Get back!" yelled the other rangers. They warned their George that the lion might act aggressively in this condition as he is trying to defend himself if he feels threatened. So the rangers came up with another solution. The rangers decided that they will have to call somebody and try to get a hold of the nearest animal veterinarian. When the call with the vet ended, the ranger that called him reacted in full shock. The vet says that the rangers have to get out of the immediate area of the lion, or he will definitely attack them. He asked the rangers to do one thing before he could threat the lion: sedate it so they could take a closer look. George made sure he and the rangers secured the area for the vet to safely get close. George took it upon himself to sedate the lion. He had found it, so he would make sure everything would go as smoothly as it can. Luck was on the side of the rangers. The lion was very quickly sedated and did not seem to fight it. Maybe the lion really wanted to be helped, as it did not show any signs of resistance or the will to attack the rangers. Now the rangers could clearly see where the bulge of the lion was located on the body. George called back the vet, who was still not there, to report their finding. The rangers are curious about what they had to do next, but then the vet's tone changes immediately after hearing where the bulge is. The bulge was located on a very specific place in the body at the start of the stomach. meaning that it is probably unable to enter the lion's body. But what could be inside this lion? The lion has obviously swallowed something it shouldn't have and probably required immediate surgery if it was to survive. There was no time to lose, but the rangers didn't know what to do, so they asked the vet what they should do. Is she here within the crucial time, or should they bring the lion to her? They hoped it was the first option, but for the vet to get to the ranger's location was a challenge in itself because she did not know the exact location of the rangers and the workers. Next to that, it was also rush hour, so she would probably get stuck in traffic. But she had to get there as fast as possible to give the lion the best chance of survival. One of the rangers proposed to pick her up, but that would take too long. But there were still people in the rangers' headquarters who knew the ranger's location exactly and how to get to the location. So the vet decided to visit the headquarters. After explaining the situation, a manager was willing to help her, and they were going to use his all-terrain Jeep to traverse the savanna, which is never easy. The vet experiences one hell of a ride. The journey takes about 3 hours in total. A journey on which the vet had considered many times if the life of this lion was worth wasting a whole day, plus extra on it. Other animals in need might have also needed her help. At the site, the rangers were also struggling with the time they had to wait for the vet. Their fear became the truth. The lion's sedative wore out, and he had no intention of staying at his current place. It waited a long enough time and was trying to be on the move again. The rangers did not know what to do next. Some rangers wanted to just let it go, as that meant they could finally go back home. Why were they caring so much about a lion in the first place? It was just an animal who had probably eaten something wrong. There was no consensus amongst the group. Others had taken the vet's words to heart and knew that if they let the lion go now, it would certainly die. Luckily for the lion and the vet, this group was in the overwhelming majority. The lion was still moving very slowly, so the rangers were able to block its paths back into the depths of the savanna with their jeeps. They couldn't sedate the animal again because they used all of their sedatives. The vet has a dose with her, but they had to stall for her. They could not encapsulate the lion fully, so they had to keep moving to keep blocking the lion's path. The animal was obviously getting irritated by this, and the rangers had to be careful. The rangers started to worry. Is this the right thing to do? A lion of this size, even if it was not in great condition, could easily kill one of them if it got hold of them. The rangers knew that they had to trust each other. It became a team effort where even the people who wanted to let the lion go help out. When the vet finally arrived at the site, the lion was still laying at the same place as where the rangers kept him. But it became more and more obvious that this would not be the case for very long, as the lion had gotten really aggressive at this point. The rangers hesitated to move their jeeps, fearing the lion's aggression as it targeted the vehicles. Despite several close calls, their fear for the lion was at its peak. Some rangers retreated to safety, leaving the vet to act quickly. She decided to sedate the lion, though aware of the risks, particularly given its condition. Confident in its resilience, she prepared the tranquilizer and waited for the right moment. When the lion turned away, she swiftly injected the sedative into its lower body. Over several minutes, the lion gradually succumbed to the tranquilizer. The vet administered additional doses to ensure it was fully sedated. Once it was completely unconscious, the rangers breathed a sigh of relief, grateful to have avoided harm. Turning her attention to the lion's bulging side, the vet retrieved her surgical kit from a ranger's jeep. She performed an ultrasound and immediately called the police, suspecting foul play. The ultrasound confirmed her suspicion. The lion had ingested a foreign object stuck at the entrance to its stomach. Surgery was the only option. With great precision, the vet made an incision along the bulge. Cutting through skin, muscle, and esophagus, she revealed the source of the swelling, a piece of undigested meat. Inside the meat was a glowing microchip, an unexpected discovery that alarmed everyone. George, a ranger, admitted he had recently encountered poachers and confiscated a suspicious device from them. Retrieving it from his truck, he handed it to the police, who recognized it as a tracker. The poachers had used the microchip to track the lion. By embedding it in indigestible meat, they ensured it would remain inside the lion, allowing them to locate it without the rangers' knowledge. This was a sophisticated tactic to target the animal for illegal purposes. With the chip removed, the vet carefully stitched the lion back together, ensuring no additional health issues. She predicted the lion would recover quickly. Minutes after waking up, the lion, though initially disoriented, walked away with more strength than before. The vet thanked the rangers for their bravery and returned to the city to tend to other patients. Before leaving, she arranged for George to monitor the lion's movements to ensure its safety. Meanwhile, the police arrested the poachers and dismantled their operation, restoring security to the savanna. With the threat neutralized, the vet was satisfied knowing the animals were safe once again. And so, the lion returned to the heart of the savanna, free as it was always meant to be, far from the eyes of those who sought to harm it. That day stood as a testament to the bravery of a team who risked everything to save this magnificent creature. In the end, hope and humanity triumphed over greed and cruelty, leaving nature as free and wild as it should be. If this story touched your heart, and you want to be part of a world where adventure, humanity, and the protection of nature come together, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What did this story teach you? Your words might inspire someone else.